Yo, thank you so much for tuning into Conversations with Glo podcast, where it's just not topics, it is definitely a conversation. Y'all already know it's a conversation. And if y'all want to know more information about me, your girl Glo, and also the guests that I will also have on my show, be sure to go and sign up for the emailing list on convowithglo.com. And I promise you, you won't be getting no spam email, just, a little newsletter as to who will be on there. So just go sign up for the email list, okay? Okay. And be sure to put that C as a K, and that is convowithglo.com, okay? Okay. But enough about me. I am going to allow for my guest to introduce himself, and y'all already know what we're going to do. Get into the conversation.
That's right. Salutations, ladies, gentlemen, and in betweens. It's me back again, Bruce Leroy, hailing all the way from Dallas, Texas. Shout out to my girl Glo for having me back on again. I much appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bruce, for coming back on. And again, I do apologize for sending that kissy face on. I said, what? I said, oh, no, no. I
No
be
harm, no
hating my
foul.
phone. I be hating it on my phone. But okay.
Nah, nah, we good.
But nah, I appreciate you, though, for accepting the invite and also wanting to come on here and chop it up with me.
Most
We're
definitely.
going to go ahead and get into the conversation.
Let's
And
go.
the conversation is, suppose a man steps out and cheats. Should the woman worry about what she can possibly do better to avoid her man not going out and cheating again?
Hmm,
And I'm going to give an example, right? And
okay.
then when I give the example, you can give your feedback or whatever. But how I came up with this conversation is because I was watching Cam Newton and Corey. Help me with his last name, Bruce.
Holcomb.
Holcomb. Okay, I was watching uh their interview together, and Cam Newton had mentioned about him stepping out on his now girlfriend, um, Jasmine. Okay.
Mm,
And so with him stepping out on her, he's saying that he not stepping out on her now, but when he did step out on her, they had like a conversation in regards like with, why he stepped out on her. And basically she came to him like, okay, so why did you step out on me? What can I do to make myself feel better? Or what can I do to make the situation better? So therefore that you won't have to possibly step out again.
hmm.
So I'm watching it. And again, like I told you, my head just tilted like really, really hard. Like, what? What? I just, what? And I understand that comes with, it can possibly come with a healthy relationship. However, what do you think about that before I actually give my feedback?
About her asking why.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a real thing. It's happened not to me because I've never been caught cheating. I've cheated, of course, but I've never been caught. So, but I did have an ex, and we was having a conversation, and she had been cheated on in pretty much every relationship she'd been in before me. And she said, "Oh," I said, "Well, if I cheated on you or whatever, how would you feel?" And she said, "Honestly, I would, you know, because we get into it so much, I figured that I pushed you to cheat." And I was like, "Damn, you know, that's real, but that's stupid as as well." You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
Because honestly, man or woman, whoever, if you gonna cheat, you gonna cheat. It ain't got nothing to do with your partner being honesty, being honest with you. It's just you cheated because you wanted to. You're not cheating. Nobody made you cheat. Oh, she didn't cook today. You went off and cheated, or she
I'm
didn't wash the
mad. I
dishes.
didn't get
Yeah,
my fried chicken. Like,
yeah. Like, come on. Yeah, you cheated because Shorty had a fat ass and you couldn't do it. So that's what you did. Just be honest. It's a greed thing. It's not a somebody made me do anything. You know.
okay, so here's what Corey said. Corey said, be real, Cam. You cheated because basically you're a man with means. You're a high tier man. So this is why you cheated. You didn't cheat because she wasn't she wasn't giving you what you didn't want. You cheated because you know that basically you can cheat. And so what how I feel about this situation is that first of all, I'm not going to sit up here and place myself as the blame for a man going out here cheating, like you just stated. Like, um if we're getting into it all the time, then I'm going to feel as if this is something that I push you out to do, because guess what, that means that I can do the same thing too, because we're both basically getting on each other's fucking nerves. So that means that I can step the fuck out too, because you're stepping the fuck out. But that's crazy, because to be honest with you, that was one of the reasons why it was stated, one of the reasons why I got cheated on was because we argued too much. And I did not take it like, what, because we argued too much. I could have stepped out too because we argued too much. But that's not a reason to actually step out. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, wait, can I change? You wanted to step out because somebody actually offered. I feel like that men just be wanting to try something new. Not all men, but some men. And like what Corey said, if you a man with needs, meaning if you got a little bit of money, if you got something going for yourself, this and that and the third, you're not. I kind of sort of I agreed that a man is just not going to mess with one woman, and I feel like if a woman is also messing with a man of sort, that would be something that do you feel like that is something that she would have to accept if the man steps out into?
For a man, first off, I hate these terms that people use, like high value man, high value woman. Like man, woman, they put a lot of stake in monetary, things, money, and it's just because you got money, you still. I know a lot of people with money that are pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right? True.
So that those quote unquote ain't high value people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So anyway, a man of his status, I feel like, yeah, she should pretty much know. First off, he was an NFL player. Secondly, if you know Cam Newton, I don't know a lot about him, but I know he got a lot of kids with different women. And who am I to judge? But I got 3 kids with 3 different women. You know what I'm saying? But he likes strippers. He was a former NFL player, former NFL MVP, big money contracts. He dresses the way that he dressed. Obviously, he likes attention. So you should expect that he gets a lot of attention.
Mhm.
So that you going into a relationship with a person like that, you should automatically know that there is something you're not gonna be the only one, I would say.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would have to agree. So therefore, there's no need for you to go and ask this man, "Oh, her over me? What can
But
oh,
that comes with insecurity though, don't you think?
that definitely, and that why you think I tilted my head so hard, Bruce?
Yeah.
Cuz I'm just like, "What? Ain't no way in
Mm.
the fuck." You sitting up here trying to figure out what the fuck can you do better than the next shit. You will never be able to possibly, excuse my language, y'all, what I'm getting ready to say, but you will never be able to suck this man dick the way that this girl was sucking his dick.
But she can try.
You you and listen, and you want to know what was going through my head, Bruce? I said, well, maybe he can teach her. Well, she was doing it like this. I would be pissed the fuck off. You tell me some shit like that. You feel me?
There's, yeah, no smart man is gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we not go, hey, can you do it like she was doing it? Nah.
Do you understand me? That's what my head was just like. Cam,
I might
I believe
hold on, baby. My ex used to ride it like this. Can you slow down a little bit?
you lying,
Nah.
Cam. You lying, Cam. You lying right there, Cam. Because he said that's how we got the bun. Like, what? Are you lying? Because ain't no way in the fuck y'all have. I'm not gonna doubt the type of relationship that they have, but that no. And I understand that communication is key, but you won't ever be able to and you won't ever be able to get down like how Sarah got down. It won't happen. It
Well,
won't happen.
now see what you said right there. Communication is key. Off top, from the beginning, he should let her know, or excuse me, he should let whoever he's with know. Hey, this is me. This is how I get down, and that's that. When I'm with you, I'm with you. When I'm not with you, I'm not with you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now that I've done that twice in my lifetime, and it has backfired. You know what I'm saying? Because I
What
thought
you
that
done? What you done? What?
being completely honest with a woman and it's backfired.
How did it backfire?
Honestly, I was at a phase. Me, my personality, I don't deal with a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? I deal with people on my terms. So I've never been a player like that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So when I got a couple women that I can talk to, I'm cool with that. I don't need three and four and five.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times when there might have been a third or a fourth come around, and I just told them, "Look here, baby. Like I ain't looking for nothing serious. I'm chilling right now. We can kick it. Blah blah blah. This is what it is." Thinking she gonna be like, "Oh no, fall back type." No, she was on my line heavy the next week. Like, "Oh, I like when you was honest with me." Blah blah blah. And it's like, damn. And now I'm saying, like, okay. Now, am I wrong for entertaining that? You know what I'm saying? When I told her from the beginning, hey,
I don't.
who's wrong in that situation?
She was.
That's all I'm saying. So,
She
but
was.
it comes down to communication. I don't know what their relationship is, but like I said, I've had it where you be open and honest with them, and it backfires. And sometimes when they throw it up above the rim, you just got to slam dunk it.
So now, okay, so being that we are on this conversation in regards with communication and being open and honest with them, do you think that when do you think it's okay to be open and honest?
From the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to
Right
waste
from the
nobody's
beginning.
time. You don't want to waste nobody's time, man. Just be straight up with you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so being that we're talking about this, right? So today I had put up on Twitter, get into it right now. I just be tweeting and saying a lot of stuff. Um okay. So remind you, I also went and I looked at the podcast with Carlos and Shannon Sharp as well too.
Mm,
So Carlos, I tweeted and I said, Carlos said that half of the time that the people that we are attracted to, those same people don't even want us, which I've heard many times before. But it kind of hurts when that person you're attracted to won't even be honest with you and allow for you to tag along. Now, that just goes back to saying when you're saying we have to be open and honest at the same time. And it takes communication, right? So
Mm.
when do you be open and so when is the time that you be open and honest? I'm knowing that you're saying at the beginning, but is it like when you know that somebody is attracted to you and you know that you're not attracted to that person, do you tell that person at that time, or do you wait until you feel like it's a right time to tell that person that, hey, I'm not attracted to you?
Well, I'm gonna hit it first, and then I'm gonna tell her, "Hey, nah, nah, I'm just playing." But nah, but in all seriousness, you do
I
have to
believe
tell
that's
them.
what happened for real.
No, I've done that. Everybody's
I've
done
been
that
a
before.
victim. I feel like I've been a victim.
We've all done that before. but but honestly, it's best to at this age right now. I just turned 40 today, and
Happy
you
birthday!
thank you. Listen, man, you can't play with nobody. Now, younger me would have been all game for that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't play with nobody's feelings, man. Tell a person, hey, I'm just not attracted to you. We can be friends, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start entertaining that, letting it linger, and they start developing feelings and all that, or you might develop feelings, or whatever the case may be, like, and you know damn well you're not attracted to that person. I don't care what nobody say. People talk about personalities and all of this type of stuff, all this extra shit. You have to be attracted to the person in order to be with them. That's just to be with them. I ain't say fuck them. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying to be with that person, you got to be attracted to them. There's something you got to like something about that person. It can't be just a personality. It can't, because if a motherfucker ugly, you don't want to go home with that. Let's let's just be real. You know what I'm saying?
It could be the personality. It
No, man.
can it could be
Listen,
the
you
person.
don't Glow. Stop playing. You don't. Nobody's personality is on display in the club. When you looking in the club, you don't look at that person and be like, they got a banging personality. I know they do. You don't say that. You don't say that. You don't say that.
Oh God!
Am
If
I
I
right or wrong?
see, if I see him being funny and he's like, you know what I'm saying? If he like out there like being like the
Come on, Glow. Come on, Glow. It ain't got nothing to do with words. He cannot be talking. When you're in the club, you just vibing. The lights, this music, you chilling, you with your girls, and a nigga walk by. You not looking and be like, I bet he got a nice personality. I'm gonna go say something to him. That nigga 6'5", size 14 shoe, dark skin with muscles. That might be your type. You not checking for his personality off the top,
you
right or
right.
wrong.
You're absolutely right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
can fall in love with somebody's personality. You can't fall in love with somebody's looks. That's just stupid.
But it happens.
With somebody's looks, you gonna set yourself up for failure if you fall in love with the way a person looks.
I mean, it happens.
Because what are you holding on to?
Their looks.
Looks fade.
And it definitely does. But you can't, when you got a lot of people that's out here that's naive like that, they don't understand that they will understand that looks fade. But right now, this bitch looks like a fucking 10. She has a fat ass and she got
But
down.
she can't read.
He don't give a fuck about her not being able to read. She look good when
You
she posts
can't
her
get her
pictures
pregnant.
on Instagram.
You
You
can't
know,
you can't have no baby with no woman like that. You can't
he
she
don't
can't be
he
my
don't
mama.
he don't care. Listen, uh, they don't care about that.
You
They'll fuck
should.
they'll fuck a bitch and be like, oh, and get her pregnant. Oh, I ain't mean to get her pregnant. Then they'll find out the bitch is dumb later. They only fuck
Man,
her because she a bad bitch. And when she a
listen,
bad bitch, oh, and then when they find out the bitch is illiterate,
that's just bad for business.
that's just yeah. And when they find that out, they mad at they gonna be mad. And they gonna be mad at the bitch instead of being mad at their damn self. But they should be mad at their goddamn self because this is what happens. But again, they don't sometimes some people really don't give a fuck for real, Bruce. They
Yeah,
don't
I
care.
did too when I was younger, but I would hope that
You
this
say you just
audience,
turned 40. Some of
yeah,
my audience probably still don't give a fuck either. And they probably our age. And they
yeah,
probably still don't give a fuck.
but that's
Because
sad though, ain't it?
I think it's kind of sad too. I don't think it's sad. It is sad. I don't think that I mean, I've always looked at the point that I think that I find it kind of strange how people can actually open up. I mean, just lay down with people that they don't like. How can you lay down with people that you don't like? That's mind blowing to me. And if you listen to previous shows that I've had, like you will hear me say, like it's mind blowing to hear me to hear men to even say, oh, I'll just fuck her for a nut. Just jack your dick.
Well, see, that's that comes with age and experience. Once you deal with enough women, you'll realize it ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? All of that trying to go from one to the next to the next to the next, like that, you be out of a lot of money and time when all you got to do is just, like you said, rub one out. Because that's really all you want.
That's all you want, but you have some folks that still doesn't matter. They still would want to use a body if the body is able to be available to rub one out on. And it's crazy and then what's so crazy is that it's females such as myself would sometimes think about like, damn, did this nigga use me to goddamn get a nut out?
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? In certain situations.
So
Because
in
it's
that,
just like
so in that instance, why did you say you felt like that?
because of how the situation would come about and how the situation would happen.
Okay, so after the situation happened, what was the next interaction? How did they go?
Not well, I guess.
So there was only a one time thing.
No, no,
It happened a
no.
couple times,
Yes,
maybe a few.
yes.
Well, if there's a few situations, then that's a problem on your behalf. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever is at fault in the situation, because you can't. You something will only happen if you let it. You know what I'm saying?
And you're absolutely right.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
And
Now,
you're
if it's a
absolutely right.
now if it's a one time situation, then you be like, damn, like motherfucker caught me slipping. You know what I'm saying? Like that's happened to everybody. I done got caught slipping and tricked out some dick before. It
That's
just
what I was
happened.
getting ready to say. Have you ever had somebody use you?
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. I was feeling like Eddie Murphy in Boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't leave no money on the nightstand, but it's kind of like,
Damn.
damn, okay. And then you see them the next day, and they just be looking at you like, I'm like, "Man, okay.
I
I ain't gonna
mean,
I ain't gonna tell nobody if you ain't."
I mean, men can be used too. I ain't even gonna make it sit up here and just feel like that. It's just men out here that's out here just using women for sex. That men can be actually used for sex as well too. But
Sweetheart, I'm gonna be honest with you. As an adult, uh, I realize women want to have sex just as much as men do,
mhm,
and a lot of women are not like the stereotypes of oh, I'm a one man woman, and I only have sex with if I'm emotionally attached and all that. I know some dog ass women that can fuck you and forget you and act like they never saw you the next day.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
And
you want to know what though? Before you go on, Bruce, I'm sorry to cut you off. And here's my thing, and I was talking about that with some, and I was talking about that with someone, and it's gonna be a conversation. But being that you get ready to hit on it, my thing is that why are women actually scared? Why do we have some women that are scared to actually be that way about themselves for real? Like like you just said, it's women out here that's wanting to have sex just as much as men wanting to have sex, but they don't want to put themselves out here as if like they a hoe
it's
or something.
it's a stigma, like you just said, being labeled or whatever the case may be. But honestly, ain't nobody gonna know what the fuck you doing unless you tell them.
Unless you run your mouth, right?
That's the only way you'll tell it. Motherfuckers will never know nothing if you don't tell them. Now, if you involved with somebody, yeah, of course, hey, I'm dating such and such. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not the only one type shit. Like I said, it goes back to the communication. But can't nobody judge you or say anything to you about you unless you give them that information.
Mhm. That makes
Stop,
sense.
stop talking so much.
And live your life. Fuck who you wanna fuck. But any but what was you about to say, Bruce? Before I cut you off, my bad. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm just saying, like I know some women that are savage, just like I know some niggas that are savage. It goes both ways.
And you know what? And my thing is that okay, so I have my ways, right? And
But we
and with
all do though.
okay, and right. And my thing is that I get looked at some type of way sometimes for actually having the type of ways that I have. And it's just like, well, Glo, you should want to be a lady. And it's just like I am a lady. But why can't I have the ways that some of these men have? Because you a lady. And it's just like, okay, I get that I'm a lady, but I'm not looking to be equal to no man. But it's just that I have the same type of desires that these men have. So why do I have to feel like that I gotta slow down because I'm a lady? Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, but that's some society type shit, And no, you don't. Honestly, 2024, a lot of that stuff doesn't apply anymore. A lot of
And that's
people
what I'm saying.
there's a lot of there's a lot of fluidity, I guess. There's they trying to get rid of genders and stuff now. Like there's no more roles. There's pretty much no more structure. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? There's no more rules. Like, I started saying the L in Salmon now. Like, so it's there's no more rules. It's just chaos right now. But
Yeah.
seriously though, you can do what you want to do because nobody can judge you. Because that person got if I'm talking shit about you and you do your research on me, best believe I got some dirt on me too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just not, you know what I'm saying? So it don't really fucking matter. You do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Long as
Yeah.
you keep it real with yourself and whoever you dealing with.
Yeah. I've always said that, in order for you to be real with somebody else, you have to be real with yourself. So if I'm sitting around here just like, oh my gosh, like I'm just not gonna talk to nobody, then I'm gonna be lying to myself. I'm gonna tell you this, right? So, boom, talking to this one dude, and sometimes I hate being asked questions like, "Oh, like what do you see in a man?" and this and that and the third, blah 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 blah. Okay,
Mm,
so he had to ask me what was my favorite position. And
Okay.
I said, depends on who I'm fucking. And he said, what?
Come on, Glow.
He
Just
said,
you know damn well that wasn't what you were supposed to say.
he said, what do you mean? I said, I can tell you, I
But you tell them that all dicks ain't created
like.
equal. So if you got a little dick, we do it in missionary, and
I
that's my favorite
listen,
position with you.
listen, listen. Said, I can tell you I like doggy style, but I may just like how you do missionary. You get what I'm saying? So I might just like doing missionary with you. He was like, "Oh, how you know you might like my missionary, nigga? I don't know. I'm just giving you an
But
example, nigga."
translate that though. Translate that though. Be real. What that really mean?
What? I told him it's the truth. I don't know. Like I don't. It depends for real. Like it really depends. I may like this position, but I may not like how you do that position, and I may like this particular position with you.
So, okay. Well, you want to keep it 95? Okay, I
Yeah.
see. Respect, respect.
Yeah, yeah, cause yeah, that's how we gonna keep it. I ain't gonna sit up here. He was like, what? And I don't know. Maybe sometimes I just be feeling like that I'm just too much, but I just have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I just, like I said, I gotta keep it real with myself in order to keep it real with other people. Now,
I
if I
think
would have like,
I
go
think
ahead.
you suffer from the same thing I suffer from. Sometimes you can just be too honest. You know what I'm saying? And it gets you in a lot of sticky situations because you're too honest.
Yeah,
But that's what you need. You know, a lot of people need honesty. You know, be real. Somebody need a lot of people need somebody to be real with them. You know, that ain't,
yeah,
bro. Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't don't wear that. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy that. You know what I'm saying? Because
and,
it'd be a lot of dumb shit going on the world, especially on the internet. And all somebody need is a real friend to be like, well, that ain't it, bro.
yeah.
That ain't it.
I'm gonna be that. I'm gonna be that one. Be. I'm gonna be that one, and I don't want nobody to feel like. Sometimes I know how to hold my mouth. I know how to read the room. Trust and believe that. I definitely know how to read the room. But one thing that when it comes to, let me tell y'all something. For any man that's out there listening to me, I don't like these ordinary ass questions. Like these, what do you see in a man? Oh, what position you like? Oh, what this and that and the third. Just come talking to me in like a regular conversation type shit. Like I don't know, just randomly just have a conversation with me. But these, I'm not going to tell you what I like in a man, so therefore you can pretend to be this man that I'm telling you that I potentially like, because I could potentially like this particular type of man one day and may wake up and be like, maybe that particular man that I like had to piss me off, so I don't like this particular type of man no more. I like this man, this type of man now. I'm trying to see, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to talk to me because you're not my type no more. I like this type of type now. You get what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like, don't try. I don't want anybody to try to fit in a bubble. I need for people to actually be their selves. I like for people to be their selves. Be yourself around me. And because I'm gonna be myself around you, I can't help but to be myself around you. Of course I'm gonna talk your head off. Of course I'm gonna whatever I do to be myself around you, that's what I'm going to do to be myself around you. I don't need nobody to sit up here and actually be fake around
But
me.
a lot of people don't know themselves though. Well, okay, some people, I won't say a lot. Some people don't know themselves. And that's the when you're dealing with somebody like that, it can be frustrating because you being authentic and you can see them trying to fit in and that shit just, past a
That's the
certain point.
aggravating part.
Yeah, past a certain point in life, like, all right, bro, like you too old for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when I can spot it, just be like, ugh, like this trying to impress the internet. Like, I don't even like if I'm on Facebook and you trying to be my friend on Facebook and you got money, and I done said it many times. I'm here on Conversations with Glo podcast. Your profile picture got money in it. I'm not accepting you as no friend. Your age saying that you about 45 and you got money as your profile picture. Boy, stop. I don't want that. I don't want a friend that has money as a profile picture. You got a lot of growing up to do, sir.
You would with you is something like that. With me, I'm tired of seeing people throwing the middle fingers up in pictures. It's like, fam, come on, man. We still doing that.
I don't like it. I never liked throwing up the middle finger.
Like,
I never liked the middle finger.
I'm just like, fam, we still doing that. It's 2024. Y'all ain't found nothing else. Like that's my God.
I was about to say something so mean. No, God, that's oh shit. No, man. Then they wonder why. They wonder why. Yeah. And they be singing it up hard too. And with their tongue out and all. Like
I'd be like, man, for real, bro. That's how you feeling. Still, 10 years later, like, okay.
and no, don't let them be posing. They got them posing with their head on and then they like this.
Uh, I'll be like, all right, bro. I get it. I get it. Okay.
Thug life.
I get it. I get it, bro. You got it.
Oh God. Okay, Bruce. Well, I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but I do want to thank you so much for coming through and chopping it up with me, your
Most
girl
definitely.
Glo. And before we do head out, if you do want to let the people know where they can find you at, I greatly appreciate that.
Bruce Leroy, SL, two E's, capital ROY on Facebook. On Twitter, Glow Like Leroy. Again, that's LEEROY on Twitter. I be on there, but I don't be on there. Glow know how I am. I be in and out. So
In and out.
I'm, it's crazy. I'm on social media, but I'm anti-social. So that's why I move like the way I move.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing
Yeah,
at all. But if y'all gonna want his information will definitely be in the show notes. Again, Bruce, thank you again so much for coming through and chopping it up with me. And for
most
those that
definitely.
are out there listening, I do want to thank y'all so much for coming through and listening to me, your girl Glo, and tuning into Conversations with Glo podcast. And y'all already know where y'all can meet me at in the meantime, between time. Peace out.